Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Twiz Tackles. Tackles. Why am I not saying that correctly? Tackles. This is Twiz Tackles, and this is your host, Twiz. And we're going to be doing another official scenario today. However, I have good news for those who, have been playing this game. Custom scenarios has been added, and you can create your own. I was going to do a Let's Play in that, but it made my computer a little buggy, so I'll have to try it later when I'm not trying to record. So anyway, if you recall last week, we did artificial organs. And it was easy. I did it on brutal, which is something I have never done before. So now we are going to play the frozen virus. It has been frozen, obviously. And this DNA is severely degraded. Does it have what it takes to send humanity back to the Stone Age? I guess we will find out. It is a virus, which is something I excel at, surprisingly. So let's look and see what we're doing here. Do we want bonus DNA? At the beginning. I think if it's degraded, we're gonna want this one more when we get the red hazard bubbles. Genetic amendment, harder to cure. That's going to help. Suppression, closed land borders. Yes. Herbophile, urban environments. Yes. Isle and I is the only one I have. So, yeah. If you haven't noticed yet, these are pretty much the same ones I've had for a while. Don't know why. Alright, we'll do this in normal, and, like usual, if it's a cakewalk, we'll go ahead and we'll do it in brutal. And you know what? Actually, today I think I'm going to skip brutal, because it is a virus, and we've already seen how well I can do with a virus, and we're going to go into mega brutal, if this is a cakewalk. Now, I have been thrown for a loop before, so let's go. Let's keep the name, Pithovirus. Welcome to the frozen virus scenario. Prepare your damaged DNA to restore traits from your distant past. Patient 0 affected in Russia. Highly resistant to cold, you will struggle to infect warmer clients. That doesn't make sense. But okay. Alright. So we have infected Russia. So now, what do I need? Yes. Is there like anything special I should know about? Oh, highly resistant to cold. I'm an idiot. Once again, we've done this. Ooh, what is this? Moderate pain in mastication muscles. I love that word, mastication. Periodic jaw clicking. I know how that feels. Okay. So it's got some new symptoms that we can look out for. And once again, I'm going medium speed because it just moves so slow. And if I have to get another game in here, it gives me enough time to put it into one episode. Alright, so while this is getting started, little chit-chat sort of thing. Ooh, DNA repair. I'm sorry. I know chit-chat, but over the weekend, I did something highly unusual that my friends would find highly unusual. I went to a Rascal Flatts concert, and for those who know me, know that I haven't listened to country music in maybe 5 to 6 years. It has been a while since I've actually sat down and listened to it, but after that concert, I just decided to go back a little bit. Ooh, I've gotten another place infected. But it was a mother-daughter weekend. It was me, my mom, and my sister. And, I would have to say, wow. I mean, once again, haven't been to I love Rascal Flatts, don't get me wrong. They still are a good band, but they were my favorite band not growing up, I guess, throughout my teenage years. And it was really good to see them again live. They were promoting their new CD, which I'm not going to get into that, if you guys want to listen to them, that's fine. It's country music. It's a taste thing, so I'm not going to sit here and talk about how, you all should go out and buy their CD. What I really wanted to talk about was, we were in an amphitheater, and an amphitheater is a place where you get raised seating, and it's separated into 3 parts. There's the first part, then there's the middle part, and then there's the lawn seating, where it's just general admission. We didn't do general admission because we wanted to have a reserved seat when we got there because we were traveling to the concert. And so we're in the middle section. I'm not gonna really, we're gonna go ahead and say we spent about $50 on each of our tickets. So, and we were actually pretty well situated. We were in the second row of the middle section, so we had an awesome view of the stage and all this. But what I really wanted to stress is that we paid $50 for these tickets. There was a group of maybe 5 to 6 people in the row in front of us, so I don't know what they paid for. It may have been the same price, I don't know, but I don't understand, you know. They came, and the beers there were very high priced, $11 for a 24-ounce can, which is pretty ridiculous, especially since they had the lower level sort of beers, not like Guinness or stuff like that. But and they probably came in with 8 times each. And you know, it sounds like I'm making this up or that I'm, you know, trying to be mean, but they probably came in with 8 times each and were completely hammered by the middle of the concert. Actually, they were completely hammered after the second opener, who was Sheryl Crow. So just completely hammered. And, you know, I get drinking at concerts. I've done it before. When I went to go see the Chili Peppers, I drank, you know, but I didn't get drunk because I paid to go see a show. I don't know, maybe I'm just ranting, maybe there's just maybe it's just better if you're completely drunk. I have no idea. I'm not paying attention to what's going on in the game. It looks like we're doing well. Quite well, actually. So, but yeah, I mean, the concert, like I said, the concert was great. Getting to spend time with my mom and my sister, awesome. It didn't ruin, I don't want to say that it ruined my evening, because it didn't. It baffles me that people would spend that much money and then continue to spend almost that much money. And, you know, it didn't make the show bad for us, but I couldn't do that. I couldn't. Also, for those keeping up with tattoo news, I know I only mentioned it last episode that I got a new tattoo, but Harley had her checkup with the tattoo artist, and she is doing fine. The reason why I'm telling you that she is doing fine, I guess, would be because I should probably tell you a story about getting Harley. Harley is on my calf, as I mentioned in the last episode, which is an extremely hard area to heal because you're on your feet all the time. And I knew this because 3 days after I got, when did I get her? So yeah, about 2 or 3 days after I got her, I had to work 3 days straight. And where I work, it's a lot of on my feet. And with all the twisting motions you do, you know, walking, turning and all that, she had a few areas where I was a bit concerned, and not to mention that I was also sitting on the chair for about 4.5-5 hours getting her done. And so there was a lot of, I had the word too. I always lose words with you guys. This is amazing. There was a lot of stress put on my leg, so to speak. And it was absolutely amazing to hear that she was healing fine. Because once again, I was worried. I hadn't had a tattoo. I think the Lassie brand is about 2 years older than Harley is. But it was just absolutely amazing to get that news. You know, because I felt so much better. It was like stress lifted off. Because when you get art on your leg and you pay money for it. Well, not if you get art on your body and you pay money for it. I don't know how many of you can share my sentiment. Sentiment. I don't know how many of you can share this sentiment of, you know, absolutely you know, loving a tattoo, just being absolutely in love with something that someone helped you realize, and, you know, finding out that there's something wrong with it. But there's nothing wrong. She's great. I gotta go in a few more weeks to get a touch-up, because there are some areas, like there usually is after the healing process. I guess I should say, I wanted to save the bigger news for last, but, you know, country music, tattoo, it's a personal thing, no, you know, no one can really share it unless they have it. However, if you are an avid gamer, which I like to consider myself, even though I'm sitting here playing Plague, I do play a lot of video games. In fact, before I get into this story, who's all shut off, though? And we still got places open? I think I didn't get Madagascar. I'm not gonna get Madagascar. Oh well. I was talking to you guys, I was having fun. But, avid gamer, right. I went ahead and the Xbox Live Arcade, for those who don't know, currently has Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie for sale that you can download and play from your Xbox 360. And I was so excited because, well, I should go ahead and say that I've never played Banjo-Kazooie, and I'm playing it right now. I'm like midway through on it. But, it was, you know, it's just as I, you know, because I played Tooie when I was growing up, I'll go ahead and say that. So I know the franchise, I know the series. What I didn't realize is just how clunky it was back then. I mean, I'm not getting on the game. It was made when the Nintendo 64 was still popular, and that was a while ago. I can't put a year on it, and I don't want to, because I don't want to reveal my age. But, you know, just how clunky it is. The flying with Kazooie, the swimming underwater, just how awkward that feels, but yet just so fun. I mean, Cavs started playing it too, and it's funny because he actually played Banjo-Kazooie, and he was, you know, I won't go into the story, I'll save it for him if he wants to tell it. But he got frustrated with video games, like everyone does. You find a video game that's hard, that you know, excuse me, wow. You find a video game that's hard and you get frustrated while you're playing it. I did it in Final Fantasy 13. I quit for like 2 to 3 months. I didn't touch the game during the Proud Glad 2 fight. Just didn't do it. And, you know, I should probably have said that I've never played a Final Fantasy game until I played Final Fantasy 13, and to give you the effect that it had on me, I have a tattoo from it on my arm. So it was a great game, and I've done a second playthrough. I might do a third here shortly, just because. But the amount of frustration that gamers get when playing any video game, and it's just, did I not get, okay, they're just growing. So I'm sorry, I know, I just didn't get Madagascar, that sucks. But, so he was saying that he knew why he stopped when he did. For those who have played the game, he stopped after Clanker's Cavern, which is like the third world you open, because it was that frustrating. There's this part, and I'm not, you know, there's no real storyline, so there's not gonna be too much spoilers, but Banjo-Kazooie is it's kind of like a puzzle game. It's an adventure sort of puzzle game, and it was just, there's this part where you have to free Clanker, and you have to go underwater, and like way underwater, and if, you know, it's not like in like Minecraft now, or if you're starving or you're drowning, you lose health consistently. No, when you drown in Banjo-Kazooie, you're done. That's it. You don't get, you know, your health doesn't dwindle. You don't get, you know, a few seconds to try and swim back up. So, wow, I'm not paying attention. So to make it a little bit easier, they have a fish down there where you can get bubbles from for air and whatnot, and and since the swimming is so clunky, it is so hard to get to that fish and get bubbles. And he was saying that he knows why his family would yell, get up, why they would be said that he would get so upset with video games and make, curse at the TV or whatever. And it may have started with Banjo-Kazooie, and I see where he's getting at, because I was on that level before he was, and I almost gave up because I had him, and there was just treasure and stuff. I had freed Clanker, and I swam back up immediately, but there was like treasure and stuff down there that you have to get, and we're both completionists when it comes to games, so it was frustrating, to say the least. And I didn't have that much frustration with Banjo-Tooie, not, because I didn't play it. I should say I became more of an avid gamer when I got a little bit older. I played games as a kid. Oh, the cure is complete. But I played games as a kid, but I never got way into it until my teenage years. And so I don't really remember being that frustrated with it. I do remember it being clunky, but I don't remember just quitting in the middle and saying, this is done. Alright, so we didn't get Madagascar, which means that's what we have to do, and we have to stop the cure. So now that we know, let's retry. And I'm gonna try to focus a little more on the game this time. I just, it's been a while since I've recorded. I should probably go ahead and say that I missed last week because of school. School has started, and it's our final semester. We're both just extremely overwhelmed with homework and, work on top of that. So, we're gonna, I'm doing what I can, and when I turned this on, I hadn't played in almost 2 weeks. Just because I hadn't had time to sit down and do it. So, just getting back into it and having stuff to talk about is pretty awesome. So I'm going to try to pay a little bit more attention this time. Maybe go ahead and beat it this time around, and then I'll go ahead and, let you guys go. Hopefully this has been entertaining enough. Just listen to me prattle on about country music and whatnot. Alright, so we're in Russia. I need to build up, and it spreads fast. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it's cold. So we'll build up the heating resistance now. I did not even realize that the cure had been working on. I was just going. I need to learn how to multitask, is what this episode has taught me today. Hopefully it's taught you guys a little something too. We're gonna do that. What is this? I'm not even reading some of this. Amoeba susceptible to viral infection and spreads primarily through fresh water and salt water. Okay, so water helps. Is the gist of that. I was going to try and record 2 episodes tonight just to get ahead, but I should probably wait a little bit until I had a bit more stuff to tell you, because I just told you guys everything this one sitting. I think we're all caught up now. Share my friends. That doesn't sound desperate at all. Honestly, I've been thinking about doing another series. I don't want to quit Plague. I don't. It's just, as a creative mind, and it doesn't look like I'm a creative mind. I'm creative in other areas. I'm mostly a writer. I'll go ahead and say that. That's where my creativity blossoms, is in writing. But what was I saying? I was focusing on what I was doing. But so I know that working on one solitary solitary, it's not lonesome. Working on one project for an extended period of time can get boring, and I don't want to get bored with it. I do want to keep doing these episodes, But I'm also going to go ahead and start maybe doing a little bit more involved gaming, such as Don't Starve, or go ahead and start Final Fantasy 7 and 8. Some, Let's Plays, and I played Don't Starve, so I'm familiar with it, so it'll be a little bit more entertaining in that aspect. I have started Final Fantasy 7. I started it before I knew that we were going to go ahead and have the ability to record, but I might just restart that, and then when I get up to the point where I'm at in my first save, then, it will start feeling new and different. And I haven't touched 8. I wanted to beat 7 before I did that. So, I mean, just, new games to look at, and what, Cav's not gonna like me, but because he's doing all of the BioShock. I think he wants to do it all in one before he does anything else, which God bless him. I can't focus on one thing, I'm sorry. And like I said, I love this game. I have put hours into I'll just go ahead and say I put 10 hours into the computer one, and countless, on the phone. But, I'll probably just divvy it up a bit. I think Don't Starve is going to be a legitimate series, so that might not come out on Sundays like the Let's Plays do. That might just come at a different time. But for purposes just to be entertaining, because that's what we do, is we just want we want to do something we love, and on top of it we want to be entertaining. And with school and work, our lives are not that entertaining, so we do our very best to keep you guys entertained. And I think the best way to do that is to play something where you're not staring at me clicking on tiny bubbles and talking about just whatever comes to mind or whatever I did that weekend. I think if I actually found a game that requires some level of, thought, well, this one is thought-provoking, but this is a strategy game, and if you don't like strategy games, then this isn't entertaining for you like it is for me. But if I were to play something, like Final Fantasy or Don't Starve, then it'll get a little bit more entertaining, especially if it's a game that I'm highly unfamiliar with, for the most part. So we'll do that, and Cav has been talking to me, actually more than ever this week, about getting Skyblock up and going. So Skyblock with Twiz may be coming out here soon, which I'm excited about, because I haven't sat down and played Minecraft in a long time. And I love the game. I don't want to, and I know there's a lot of people out there who do, who might be, calling me a blasphemer. But whatever it is, whatever reason, I haven't played it in a long time. I think I just have bordered countries now. I'm gonna do this. I have been focused this time, see? But yeah, so, and it sounds like I'm pushing our channel a lot, but I was named the public relations representative, PR representative. So, yeah. And, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, Cav is a bit more entertaining than I am, so if his channels get hits because, I directed him to his video, I directed people to his video, then I'm happy. And once again, I want to create content that's fun and entertaining, but I only play games that I'm comfortable with playing, because I don't like losing at games. I get really frustrated, like I said with the Proud Clan fight in Final Fantasy 13. But, it's just, I'm more of a console gamer. This is really the first time I've played anything that's not Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup on a computer. So, I'm getting used, I'm trying to get used to that again. So hopefully with like Final Fantasy and all that, I can be more entertaining. And this, you can only watch me take over the world so many times before you're like, okay, we get it, you're good. Nice little nod towards me, I think. But let's look at I have everybody. I haven't started killing people yet though, and the cure's at 25%, so we need to go ahead and do that. Did not realize that the cure would go so quickly. Jaundice, and then that increases infectivity. I thought it killed you. Tumors do though. Magnetic, what is that? Malignant ascites. Fluid. Okay, so kind of like this. Having trouble with my mouse, sorry. Alright. I think we're gonna beat the cure now that people are dying. Cav always tells me my vids are too long. I tell him, well, this part is why. Is because once you have all the countries and you have, you know, the infection spreading quickly, you then gotta wait for everybody to die. And so it kind of, you know... He edits. He taught me once how to edit and I forgot because it was a process. And I can only keep track of so many. And, you know, you silly woman can't do it. No, I could do it if he showed me one more time. But it's just, it took me a while to learn how to do the recordings, and so it's gonna take me a little bit longer to learn how to edit, and it's just a matter of he and I sitting down together and him showing me how to do it again. No healthy people left in the world. Alright, and I need to fight that cure like yesterday. There we go. Ooh, that was a good jump. A 6% jump, if anyone caught that. 62% down to 56. You guys can do math. I was just letting you know where we were. I didn't even... See, once again, this is all the waiting part. This is why my videos go a bit longer than you think. Is because I have to wait for everyone to die. That's, oh my god. I have to play something else now because every time I play this game and I talk about killing people, my soul dies a little. Well, let's see. Just more drugs. Why not? Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad, okay? I mean, this looks like it's gonna be it. And I did it twice. I failed the first time. Mostly because I wasn't paying attention. But I wanted, you know, I wanted you guys to know that I cared and give you a little tidbit into my life. Bone dysplasia. Wow. I'm sorry the remaining of you who now have to deal with that pain. Oh my god. It actually went fairly quicker than the last episode. I remember just sitting here for like 5 minutes waiting for this to happen. Alright, there you have it. There's our victory screen, which means I did it. Alright, so that will be the end of episode 4 today. I hope it was enjoyable for you as it was for me because, you know, I enjoy talking to you guys. I enjoy our weekly visits and whatnot. Be sure, after watching this video, to go ahead and catch up on Cav's Let's Play of Bioshock. And, once again, I say it every episode, but it's actually being talked about, so keep an eye out for Skyblock with Twiz. And, within the next couple weeks, start looking for, you know, another game from me. I'm not quitting on playing, like I said, but, you know, I understand humans, and I know that watching the same game for quite a long time, especially one as uninvolved as Plague, can get boring. So keep an eye out for that. I'll be posting on our Facebook, and look for us at Pints and Pixels if you haven't yet, and like us, and you'll get updates as soon as we post the videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next week.